This video is about the discussion-based assessment requirement for English courses. Note, this does not apply to the ALC or the Adult Learner English courses. Discussion-based assessments are required. I strongly encourage you to read all of the directions carefully. They may have been modified. We do modify directions on occasion, so please don't just assume you know what it says. Read them carefully. If you are a Language Kingdom student, and if you are, you will know that you must complete option 2. So just go and focus on that section. Simply, you have to do the live DBA with Miss Friend. Make sure you book with Miss Friend, not Miss Conti by mistake. So make sure you click on the right booking link. For the rest of the American high school students, you have option 1 available to you. And this is just copied and pasted from the directions. I'm not going to read it to you, but basically I just want to point out it says you have 2 options. Option 1 is to schedule a live DBA, and option 2 is the alternate written assignment. Either one is fine. If you don't feel comfortable talking to the teacher, the written one is okay. If you want to speak with me, I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you. So either one is fine with me, and I'll talk a little bit more about both. So if you do the personal reflection, it is required for every lesson in the unit. If there's 6 lessons in Unit 1, you need to write 6 reflections. They don't have to be long. 4 sentences is the minimum requirement. Don't just summarize the events in a story, though. Show me that you learned something, and it could vary for each story. You can discuss concepts. So if it was from first-person point of view, if there was foreshadowing, if there was a lot of sensory details, something like that, pick a concept and talk about it. You can also have a reaction to the conclusion of the story. Don't just tell me, wow, you were shocked, you can't believe the character did this or that. Be specific. Tell me a specific part of the story that you had a reaction to. You can also make a personal connection, but again, be specific. You basically need to show me, Mrs. Conti, I read this. This is me showing you that I read it and then I understand it. So if you give me things that are vague or you copy and paste summaries from online, that won't accomplish the goal. So it's not long. 4 sentences should not take you very much time to write for each lesson. But again, it's just you showing me that you read it and understand it. If you decide to do the live DBA, you don't have to prepare. If you completed the readings, you should be fine having a conversation with me. However, if you're a little nervous or you want to prepare, there is something you can do. Any of the lessons in the unit have this link. I just happened to click on the first one, and this is for English 3, but this applies to all English courses, all units. You want to look for where it says under the online textbook, or it also might say reading and discussion, but you want to basically look for a link that will say Unit 2 discussion-based assessment or Unit 1, whatever the case may be. And you'll want to click on that link. And that'll open up a PDF file. So when we do our DBA, I have the same PDF file in front of me, and I just randomly pick one question from each lesson and ask you. If you have this paper in front of you, I might let you pick the question. So there is some benefit to preparing. So again, take a look at it if you're a little bit nervous, but it's not required. If you do the live DBA, we will use Teams. So don't expect me to call you on the phone. That's not how it works. You should have Teams anyway, because it's how you can communicate with your teachers. Make sure you download the app. It is free. The web-based version will work for chat, but it won't support calls. So you need to download the actual app. To log in, you'll simply use your Office 365 information. If you want to do the live DBA, just make sure you plan ahead. It takes about 2 days, I think, is the minimum to book, but you can book a week in advance, whenever you want. You don't have to wait till 2 days out. That's just the soonest. So make sure you plan accordingly. As far as DBA grading, it does not have a huge impact on your overall course grade. The DBA is only worth 1 point, but it is a requirement. So you have to successfully complete it before your project will be accepted. Don't tell me, oh, I just want to skip it, it's 1 point. That's not how it works. It's a requirement. Your project won't even be looked at until you complete it successfully. If you do the live DBA with me and I feel like you just really weren't understanding it or you need to do a little bit extra work, I might give you, an alternate assignment or have you answer another question. It kind of varies on case-to-case basis. But this is, to fail the live DBA, you basically have to really struggle with, I'd say, about half of the lessons. So It's harder to fail the live DBA unless you just completely were unprepared or haven't read anything in a really long time. If you fail the written DBA, which again is following directions, if you're vague, if you fail the written DBA, I'll reject it. I'll tell you what you need to do to correct it, and you'll get a second chance. If you fail it the second time, I will require the live DBA. So just do it right the first time. Save everyone some time, some hassle. And that's it. Thank you.